Today is Tuesday, May 26th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today out of the Big Book, we are on Chapter 9, The Family Afterward. We will be reading page 131. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on Tradition 5. We'll read page 153. And of course, we'll read the 24 hours a day and daily reflection. So with that, hope y'all are doing well this morning, my friends. Life is good over here. I'm kind of in the zone where I've been trying to hit the weights in the morning and trying to get back into shape over the summer. And I've got a goal to hit before, a health goal to hit before my 40th birthday. And I've got about, a little less than a month to go. So we'll see. Progress, not perfection, right? But yeah, hope y'all are doing well. And let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. All right, my friends. So if you recall from yesterday's reading, we've been talking about how oftentimes in the storm of our alcoholism, in the family dynamic, the wife or the spouse who doesn't drink has had to carry the ball for so long. So now that father or now that the husband is sober, he wants to start helping out, and that might shift some things a little bit. So we're going to build on that on 131. Drinking isolates most homes from the outside world. Father may have laid aside for years all normal activities, clubs, civic duties, sports. When he renews interest in such things, a feeling of jealousy may arise. The family may feel that they hold a mortgage on Dad, so big that no equity should be left for outsiders. Instead of developing new channels of activity for themselves, Mother and children demand that he stay home and make up the deficiency. At the very beginning, the couple ought to frankly face the fact that each will have to yield here and there if the family is going to play an effective part in the new life. Father will necessarily spend much time with other alcoholics, but this activity should be balanced. New acquaintances who know nothing of alcoholism might be made and thoughtful consideration given their needs. The problems of the community might engage attention. Though the family has no religious connections, they may wish to make contact with or take membership in a religious body. Alcoholics who have derided religious people will be helped by such contacts. Being possessed of a spiritual experience, the alcoholic will find that he has much in common with these people, though he may differ with them on many matters. If he does not argue religion, he will make new friends and is sure to find new avenues of usefulness and pleasure. He and his family can be a bright spot in such congregations. He may bring new hope and new courage to many a priest, minister, or rabbi who gives his all to minister to our troubled world. We intend the foregoing as a helpful suggestion only. So far as we are concerned, there is nothing obligatory about it. As non-denominational people, we cannot make others' minds for them. Each individual should consult his own conscience. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on Tradition 5. Each group has but one primary purpose: to carry its message to the alcoholic who still suffers. All right, so if you recall from yesterday's reading, so our friend here is talking to a suffering alcoholic. And, of course, this alcoholic's very skeptical. Like, what is your angle? What do you really want out of this deal? And finally, our friend here talks about the spiritual angle. And he's like, the religious stuff. I knew it. So here is our friend's defense here. And it's a pretty clever answer here. That's going to really make the suffering alcoholic think. So we're on page 153. Thank heaven I came up with the right answer for that one. It was based foursquare on the single purpose of AA. You have faith, I said. Perhaps far deeper faith than mine. No doubt you're better taught in religious matters than I. So I can't really tell you about any religion. I don't even want to try. I'll bet too that you could give me a letter-perfect definition of humility. But from what you've told me about yourself and your problems and how you propose to lick them, I think I know what's wrong." "Okay," he said. "Give me the business." "Well," said I think you're just a conceited Irishman who thinks he can run the whole show." This really rocked him. But as he calmed down, he began to listen while I tried to show him that humility was the main key to sobriety. Finally, he saw that I wasn't attempting to change his religious views, and that I wanted him to find the grace in his own religion that would aid his recovery. From there on, we got along fine. "Now," concludes the old-timer, "suppose I've been obliged to talk to this man on religious grounds. Suppose my answer had to be that AA needed a lot of money, that AA went in for education, hospitals, and rehabilitation. Suppose I suggested that I take a hand in his domestic and business affairs. Where would we have wound up? No place, of course." Years later, this tough Irish customer liked to say, "My sponsor sold me one idea, and that was sobriety. At the time, I couldn't have bought anything else." "24 hours a day, May 26th. AA thought for the day. In 12-step work, the fourth part is conversion. Conversion means change. Prospects must learn to change their way of thinking. Until now, everything they've done has been connected with drinking. Now they must face a new kind of life without liquor. They must see and admit that they cannot overcome drinking by their own willpower. So they must turn to a higher power for help. They must start each day by asking their higher power for the strength to stay sober. This conversion to belief in a higher power comes gradually, as they try it and find that it works. Do I care enough about other alcoholics to help them make this conversion? Meditation for the day. Discipline of yourself is absolutely necessary before the power of God is given to you. When you see others manifesting the power of God, you probably have not seen the discipline that went before. They made themselves ready. All your life is a preparation for more good to be accomplished when God knows that you're ready for it. So keep disciplining yourself in the spiritual life every day. Learn so much of the spiritual laws that your life cannot again be a failure. Others will see the outward manifestation of the inward discipline in your daily living. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may manifest God's power in my daily living. I pray that I may discipline myself so as to be ready to meet every opportunity. Daily Reflection, May 26th. Turning negative to positive. Our spiritual and emotional growth in AA does not depend so deeply upon success as it does upon our failures and setbacks. If you will bear this in mind, I think that your slip will have the effect of kicking you upstairs instead of down. As Bill sees it, page 184. In keeping with the pain and adversity which our founders encountered and overcame in establishing AA, Bill W. sent us a clear message. A relapse can provide a positive experience toward abstinence and a lifetime of recovery. A relapse brings truth to what we hear repeatedly in meetings. Don't take that first drink. It reinforces the belief in the progressive nature of the disease, and it drives home the need for and the beauty of humility in our spiritual program. Simple truths come in complicated ways to me when I become ego-driven. All right, my friends, that concludes today's reading. And man, first of all, I love that they talk again about balance with the family dynamic. I underlined the line. It's, hang on, let me grab the book again. Toward the bottom, father will necessarily spend much time with other alcoholics, but this activity should be balanced. know we've talked about that for the last couple of days, how the balance is tricky, especially early on for suffering alcoholics. But eventually, hopefully, over time, that becomes a little bit easier. And as for the 12 and 12, how nice is it that there's no monopoly on religion at all? I am a Christian, but I'm not pushing my Christianity or my Christian beliefs on anybody. This is more of a spiritual program where we can apply these 12 principles to any one of our faiths. And that's amazing. I love that. And then finally, talking about discipline. I forget who came up with the quote, but it's the old line, discipline leads to freedom. Now, I don't know about y'all, but the word discipline growing up, that's a word that made me cringe. That was not a happy word for me as a child, right? Discipline. However, I will say this, when I am disciplined about getting up in the morning, starting off my day in silence, meditating, and then praying, and then listening, and then eventually doing this podcast, when I do that every day and kind of build that healthy routine for me, it kind of puts me in the right frame of mind for the rest of the day. That's something I've been trying to teach my kiddos too. Hey guys, the reps you put in now can pay off later. It's like, those hockey players, right? During the All-Star game. Of course, I've always got to bring it back to hockey, right? You see them in the skills competition, right? Or you see them really rising to the occasion during the playoffs, where you see these superstars just kind of jump out and all of a sudden, during the time when it really matters, they are clutch, right? It's not necessarily that they rose to the occasion. They've fallen back on their training. All the practice that they put in way before the regular season began was for the moments later on, right? We're only seeing the highlight, right? We're not seeing them spending hours upon hours in the gym and dieting and training just for these moments. It's kind of like it is for our spiritual walk. The prayers and the service work and all these things. However, people will notice the joy and the true sobriety that you have. And they're going to see sobriety in you and go, wow, I want what that person has. It's amazing. So once again, discipline leads to freedom. Great stuff. But my friends, that's all we have time for today. I hope you all have a good one. If you are sober today, I hope you know that you're a miracle. And those who love you are very proud of you. And if you are not sober, I hope you know that you're a miracle as well. And that your life has great worth and value. And I pray that you would get the help that you need today. And you don't have to do it alone. That's the beauty of this. This is a we program. But my friends, as always, I don't speak on behalf of AA, NA, Al-Anon, any other sect or denomination. I am just a joyful drunk in this lifeboat of recovery. Honored to be here today. And if we are given another set of 24 hours, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.